Cuba Vera clothes,
Oh, I
clothes.
love them. Those are so comfortable.
The linen pants and everything.
Yes.
Although
My wife doesn't understand.
every time I wear the linen pants and the like, pastel shirts, my buddies go,
Yeah.
"Hey, Miami Vice called. They want their clothes back." I don't know what that means.
But it's so comfortable.
It is so
I would wear linen every day. I mean, I'd look like a filthy mess because, and I couldn't afford the dry cleaning bill. But it's just so comfortable.
Well, here's the thing.
So comfortable.
When people say, "I don't know if it's that comfortable," what do you put on your bed? Linens. There you go. That's all I'm telling you. That's all I'm telling you.
You can sleep in it and have no problem.
If you can
I love
sleep in it comfortably, it's comfortable. And linen you can sleep in.
I've got like 5 or 6 linen pants, and they're like every color.
Yeah, but if the wind blows too hard, the linen will wrinkle.
Oh, yeah, that's a fact. You don't sit down in them. And then
No, you can't sit down in linen pants. No.
But again, who cares? Who cares?
Out of all the conversations I think you and I would have had and will have as I'm manning the station from 8 to 11, never on my registry would I have said, one morning we're going to talk about linen.
Hey, you never know what's coming out of my mouth. I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
I wake up in the morning not real sure if I'm going to even know who I am. You know what I mean? So.
yeah. Well.
Hey, guess who I got? Guess who I have as a guest coming up at 10:05 today?
Oh, who's that?
The brand new high school football coach for the Bellevue Rattlers.
No kidding.
Brady's
going to make it on.
We'll be on the radio today at 10:05
there you
talking
go.
Bellevue Rattler football.
You know what you should ask him? Well, who's he going to play?
Yeah.
What's his schedule look like this year? Because I know, they're on the second year of the cycle, so they get to decide who they're going to play. I know Westport really doesn't want to play Bellevue. I think they're dropping them from the schedule this year. So I'm really curious as to what he's going to play. I'll have to tune in.
Well,
I have a meeting, but I can listen to it in my ear. It's okay.
You can. As long as you're halfway concentrating, what's the difference? You know what I mean?
You think you might have concentration?
Speaking of these meetings,
those people's quarters.
Speaking of these meetings that you're having this week, y'all are in. Life South is having some emergency meetings because the blood supply doesn't seem to be catching up at all.
No, and we knew it was going to be rough going into this winter break because we just don't have any place really to take the bloodmobiles other than our retail. But we didn't expect it to be this rough because our blood usage is skyrocketing right now, and we're not sure why. We don't know if a lot of people just put off elective surgeries for as long as they possibly could, or there's increased trauma. We just can't get a handle on it, but we just can't catch up. And the only way we can catch up is if more people donate. So please just come by and donate. Our building's right there on the boulevard, 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard. Go to lifesouth.org. A lot of information there. Call us at 622-3544. I'll tell you where the bloodmobile is later.
Yeah, keep us in suspense with that. Yeah, that way we don't forget.
Yeah, that's a professional level tease right there.
But it is of grave concern as we go into the winter months because it is. It's not going to get any easier. People don't want to come out during the cold to donate blood and stuff. So it's really imperative that in these next few days that people, if you can, hey, here's an idea. When your family's in town, why don't you all get together and do a family donation event and go to Life South or to one of the bloodmobiles and do it as a family? There's an idea.
Yeah, we have a lot of people who have made it their tradition where they come in and donate every Christmas Eve in honor of a loved one. And again, it's things like that. That's why we're open, is so that people can really help their current, loved ones who are in the hospital. And sometimes, you don't even want to leave the hospital, and you're just hoping that somebody else steps up for those people. And the only reason blood is transfused from one human being to another is if that person, that patient, will die without it. I mean, it's truly a life-saving measure. It's a must-have, and if the patient needs that blood and it's not there when they need it, guess what? They'll never need it again. And thankfully, we haven't had a patient die for a lack of blood in 35 years. But we're in scary times right now. I'll be honest with you, it's scary right now. We had a call with the trauma physician over at Shands yesterday, and he wanted to know how we could help triage. And and we're pulling out all the stops. So we really need you to donate. It's pretty desperate.
People don't realize that you've lost a large part of your donation group when online classes at the universities and the colleges happen, because those are kids, the university kids and the college kids, they step up a lot and donate. But when you can't go to the campuses because there's nobody at the campuses, you lose a large donation pool.
Yeah, just to put that into perspective, we collect about 9,000 blood donors from the University of Florida campus every year. We collect about 7,000 from Auburn. We collect about 6,500 from Alabama. We go to the University of Georgia, where we collect a little over 4,000. Those are just the big campuses. That doesn't include, schools like CS.
Life South used to come to Georgia Southern all the time. We'd have the blood mobiles at Georgia Southern.
We're not in that area. That's not us.
Oh, is that not you?
It's their blood center. No. But again, we go to USF. We go to all of these college campuses, and we just haven't had access to it. We also haven't been able to go to any high schools because of the COVID protocols.
Right.
And again, that combined is 30% of our blood supply gone. Now you take away all the large businesses because people are still working remotely. That's another 25% of our blood supply gone. And we've just been trying really desperately to kind of stitch all these blood donations together. Thankfully, our hospitals are stepped up. Thankfully, our community partners like Walmart and Publix have allowed us to come, in some cases, nearly every day. We're at a Publix almost every day right now, and that's the only thing keeping our blood supply at a safe and adequate level. And you add on top of that the dire need for convalescent plasma, and we're just strapped right now. This is the most difficult time I've ever been a part of, and I've been doing this since 1998, and this is the most difficult I've ever faced. We've had challenges, but I've never had a call with a trauma surgeon who says, what can I do to help? I've never had that. Nick Saban, the coach for Alabama, came out and made a public service announcement for us last week. And again, that's because it got to him that, they were stopping surgeries at the hospital in Tuscaloosa that we serve. But that's really where we're at. It's been rough.
Well,
it's been really rough.
Go out and give the gift of life. Go and give blood. We'll tell you where the blood mobile is a little later in this segment. Hey, Gayla, let's take a break real quick. When we come back, there's some nonsense I need to talk to you about, and I always know you'll give me a good opinion on some nonsense.
I'm good at nonsense. I'm really good at nonsense.
We'll talk about it after this timeout from the good folks at Penn Flooring and Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. We'll be right back.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but
I'm Jan from Palm Garden. Christmas in 2020 sure looks different than it has in years past.
I'm Crystal, and it's fair to say this year has been like no other for the healthcare and the whole community.
We want to thank our frontline staff who continue to care for our residents every day.
And thanks to the family members who have been unable to visit for so long.
We wish each and every one of you a blessed holiday season. Merry Christmas from Palm Garden.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named, the man, the myth, the only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person, it's Tom Schmitz.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a chilly Wednesday morning, 2 days before Christmas 2020. Penn Flooring is one of the sponsors of Galen Unall's Visit from Life South every morning. Penn Flooring is a family-owned and operated flooring company serving Marion County for over 30-plus years. They're a full-service company dedicated to finding the best solution of your flooring needs. They have experience in both commercial and residential fields. Go check out their showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street in Ocala or call 352-351-3420. We'd also like to thank Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. They're located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. They offer skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy. If you have any questions about Palm Garden, call 352-854-6262. Back up to the phone lines with Life South Galen Unall. Galen, before the break, I said I wanted to talk to you about some nonsense. I don't know if you heard or not. I don't know if you heard or not, but Congress passed overwhelmingly a stimulus package, $2.3 trillion, with $900 billion going to COVID relief, they said, out of the $2.3 trillion. The $2.3 trillion keeps the government going till next October as well. But the $9 billion that they said was earmarked for COVID relief. When you divide $900 billion by 370 million people, that comes out to $6,000 a person in the U.S. But only $600 is coming to the individuals, while the Sudan's getting some money and
Ghana,
Ghana. The Smithsonian's getting $1 billion of the relief package to build 2 new museums.
Correct.
Now Donald Trump has come out and intimated he may veto this bill. That there needs to be an amendment for $2,000 checks instead of $600 checks. Here's my thought, and then I'll take yours for the nonsense. I disagree with Congress, and I disagree with Donald Trump all at the same time, and I'll tell you why. I disagree with Congress because if this is a COVID relief bill, relieve COVID. Don't relieve Ghana. Don't relieve Uganda. Don't relieve the Smithsonian. Just relieve COVID. But on the flip side, Donald Trump says $2,000 should go out to every individual. I know people are hurting, but we can't just keep writing checks and printing money because that causes inflation, which then devalues the dollar worldwide. So I think rock, hard place, I think that's where we're at right now.
Well, yeah, but this is a self-inflicted wound, right? And I've said this from the get-go. We can't live our lives in fear. There is no such thing as safety, right? It's just an illusion. We've inflicted this wound on ourselves. If you just open everything up, let people operate their business, let people make their own decisions. What happened to people being able to decide for themselves what was best for them? When all of a sudden the United States become literally a country where politicians who didn't even read the bill tell us what's best for us.
Yeah, didn't even read it.
Why can't we decide whether or not we want to send our child to school in a pandemic? Why can't we decide if we choose to work during this pandemic? Right? I'm not denying the pandemic exists. We've talked about that. I'm saying I should decide how I want to act towards this.
Galen,
if Congress and the government...
Galen, hold on. But if you decide how you should act, you don't take, a lot of times you wouldn't take into effect how that would affect your fellow man because you could infect them and kill them. So the government has to step in because you don't show enough restraint in the eye of this kind of pandemic. So the government has to dictate to you what you must do.
Well, again, I know you're being, sarcastic, but a lot of people feel that way.
Oh, a lot of people feel that way, 100%.
It's not like, but it truly isn't my responsibility. Your health is not my responsibility.
100%.
It's just not. Now, I want to be very clear. My mom's health is my responsibility, right? My children's health, my wife's health, my family's health, is my responsibility. And yes, I take that very seriously. So, and this is what I've told my mom from the beginning. Take precautions. Don't go out if you don't have to, right? Be smart, because my mom, if she gets this, it could kill her. If I get this or my kids get this, okay, we're going to be all right.
Yeah.
The survival rate of this thing is 0.001.
Right. The death rate is 0.001.
But it's killing. But depression is killing, hundreds of thousands of people.
The thought of bankruptcy suicide is on the uptick.
All of that. Alcoholism, drug abuse. We have no idea what the impact is going to be for home settings, or what the long-term impact of these kids who haven't been in school in certain parts of the country are. The best thing to do is to say no more restrictions. The federal government, the Supreme Court needs to come in and rule these governors are breaking the Constitution by shutting everything down. Open all these restaurants, open all these schools, and let's get back to living. Because we are, a smart man once said, is you can get busy dying or you can get busy living, right?
100%.
And we need to get back to busy living.
100%. And here's the thing. You make a very good point. If everybody did exactly what you just said, if you took accountability for your health, your nuclear family's health, and your close extended family. What I mean by that, and see, here's what I mean by that. My girlfriend's parents are in their 80s. So during, if we get a little sniffle or something, they live down in Northport. If we get a little sniffle or something, if we're going down there, we cancel the trip. If they got a little sniffle, we don't go. My other extended family, because my father and mother have passed away, I consider my mentor, Buddy Martin, as family. I'm considered the extra Martin child, is how they look at it. I usually see Buddy. Before the pandemic, I would stop by Buddy's house 2 to 3 times a week. I've stopped by Buddy's house 1 time since last March because Buddy and Joni, they're not old by any means, but they're not spring chickens anymore either. And I don't want to. I make sure that I don't put them in danger by bringing them into contact with any kind of virus I may have. If everybody thought that way and did it individually to your nuclear and extended family, everybody would be looking out for other people's health, and it'd be like that Breck commercial when I was a little kid. If I tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends, and so on, and so on, and so it would work. I don't understand how people don't understand the common sense of that.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what's happened is the government assumed the role of, and if the first time I heard this, I said, that's not true at all. They kept saying, if one person dies, it's too many. No, it's not. People die every day. If you look at the total number of deaths thus far in 2020, it's less than it was in 2019. It's less.
Yes. Yes.
So, okay. And there's reasons for that. Reduced car accidents, right? Reduced occupational injuries. But again, what are we dealing with? People die.
Well, people.
As I always say, death is always on the table. You don't know when it's coming, and you hope you're prepared for it when it does.
It has been on the table since the day you came out of the birth canal and took your first breath and started crying as a baby. You started dying. There's no argument with that. That is fact. And the fact that people say one death is one death too many, well, then we should outlaw cars and alcohol, because cars and alcohol and people who make bad judgments and mix the two kill people all the time. One death's too many. Yeah. Outlaw cars and alcohol.
Absolutely. And again, the kind of thing drives me crazy.
Uh-oh. We're in the Gainesville area.
Helps?
We're in the Gainesville area.
I'm in Paynes Prairie. It's beautiful. I never have a problem with the signal.
Well, you just cut out just then for a second.
All right. But if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. I don't care.
I got two up hanging in my mirror right now, a Mickey Mouse one and an Ocala CEP mask.
My whole thing is the federal government doesn't have the right to tell me how to live my life.
Neither the state's government.
They're there. Yeah, agreed. They're there to protect my constitutional rights, and it's changed. And I don't like any of this bailout. I didn't like the first one, and I get it. People are hurting because the federal government shut them down, and these governors shut them down. Do what the heck you want to do. That's my belief. Go do what you want to do. If they're going to cause direct harm to a human being, then that's illegal. Outside of that, I don't really care.
I think that this COVID-19 pandemic is going to cause one of the biggest shakeups to the House and Senate that we've ever seen in the next election.
No. You got to remember, not everybody thinks like us. Half the world, half this planet, believes that the government isn't doing enough to help us and to protect us. No, and if you look all over the world, it's probably 75%. You know, the people in Europe are willingly locking themselves down. They think this is a smart thing.
Oh, dear God.
You know, the Bill Gates of the world want us to shut down for 8 weeks.
Well, Bill Gates is a moron.
You know?
He's a thief, too. He stole Microsoft from Apple. He's a thief, too.
He's not a moron. You can call him many things. I think he's evil. I think he's evil. I've said that. I think that man is evil. But he's not a moron.
I think he's trying to get back at the world that probably trying to get back at the guys. He's like the Steve Buscemi character in Billy Madison. He's sitting in his basement. He's trying to figure out how to get back at the people that picked on him when he was in high school. I think that's Bill Gates. Now he's got the money, so now he's got power. And he's like, I'll get you. I'll show you. Nerd. You would call me a nerd. I'll show you.
I do believe that Bill Gates is evil.
Yeah.
I do believe he's evil.
Hey, let's end the suspense. Where's the Bloodmobile today?
Hey, today we're at the Walmart down in the Shores right there on Bahia Boulevard. So, again.
By the way, the best Walmart in my
estimation. The opportunity.
By the way, the best Walmart in my estimation on the east side of town.
Agreed. Yeah, it's nice and clean.
It is.
But thank you for the opportunity to really talk about how bad the blood supply is. And, again, the only way we can fix it is by people donating. So, please just get the life, donate blood.
Talk to you tomorrow, pal.
All right, be good, man. Bye.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.